Hello friends, Smita here. Our today's topic is stock adjustment entries. We have seen different types of adjustment related to stock, but now we will go through the special type of adjustment entries for stock. Let's start with this session. As we know, Tally ERP as well as TallyPrime facilitates integration of accounting with inventory. It means whenever we pass the transaction of purchase or sales of stock, the stocks get updated. It means if you purchase the goods, the stock gets added. If the goods get sold, the stock gets reduced. So it is stock adjustment. At the same time, it also affects the accounting part of the company. That means it also affects the debtors, creditors, the amount which is outstanding, receivable, payable, all these things. It means integration of accounting with inventory is an important part for every business organization. We have seen different types of stock adjustment related to this stock integration. Like, suppose this is our company, Measures Royal Cosmetics Limited, and we have seen different types of stock behavior. Like, suppose I have the stock item Dettol hand sanitizer, and if I want to check the behavior, we have already seen different types of behavior options in the related to stock. For example, I'm enabling this provide behavior option. We know how to ignore the physical counting difference of the stock. If you count the stock physically, it may comes different amount as compared to the stock which is maintained in the ERP, Tally ERP. It is possible in case of the stocks like nails, nut bolts like this. So in Tally, it may show thousands of nut bolts available, but actually it is impossible to count thousands of nut and bolts. So here this behavior can be enabled to ignore the difference due to physical counting. If you want to ignore the negative balances, even if there is no stock, and then even if you want to use or issue any sales invoice, it can be possible by allowing this option. It means if the stock we have already purchased but it is not yet received in a godown, or it is the invoicing is not yet received, but still we received the order for the goods to be sold out. So in that case, even though we don't have the stock, actually in Tally it doesn't show the stock available in Tally. We can pass the entries by ignoring the negative balances. So this behavior can be enabled. Next, treat all sales as new manufacture. If any goods sold is just shown in the outward column, but if the same goods is considered as a manufacture, that it means we manufacture the goods and then we sell it. So in that case, we can treat all such purchases as new manufacture. This feature can also be enabled. Then treat all purchases as consumed. Just like the stock of nails, screws, nut bolts like this, we generally use this feature for such type of stock. It means all the goods those we have purchased like nails and all these things, we generally consider it as consumed only. We do not show them in ERP system. So this type of behavior can be used for stock adjustment. And treat all rejection inward as scrap. If the goods rejected is of perishable nature, in that case, it should not get added back to that stock. It should get added to the scrap material. So this is another stock adjustment or behavior that we have already seen. Now, but there are some cases when stock needs special adjustment, that too separately. And such adjustment of stock can be done through purchase ledger. For such adjustment of stock, purchase account is used. So there are few possibilities when stock needs special adjustment. And in that case, we use purchase ledger. Instead of using sales or any other ledger, we use purchase ledger. See, whenever we purchase the stock, we use purchase ledger. Whenever we sell the goods, we use sales ledger. But there are few new things or adjustment entries which needs purchase ledgers to be used though stock gets reduced. So to reduce the stock to certain extent, it is recommended to use purchase ledger. For reducing the quantity of the stock, we generally use sales ledger. As mean it means we have sold the goods and the stock get reduced. But for certain cases, instead of using sales ledger, it is recommended to use purchase ledger. Why not to use sales ledger? When we use sales ledger for reducing the stock, it affects our profit of the business. It shows it is our income. When we sell the goods, it is income. The money received or receivable will be the income part. But there are few cases when we do not earn money from the stock which gets reduced. And in such cases, we use purchase ledger instead of sales ledger. Let's start with these examples. The first one is goods withdrawn by the proprietor. The proprietor is the owner of the company, and whenever he withdraw anything from the business, we generally debit the drawing account. For example, if the cash or cash from bank is withdrawn by the proprietor, we debit drawing account and credit that goes out, that is cash or bank. So entry becomes drawing account debit to cash or bank account. When this proprietor take out the asset for his personal use. So if any asset is taken by the proprietor, the entry we pass will be drawing account debit to asset account, that asset that goes out. So these are the very general entries which we used to pass. But what if the goods or stock is withdrawn by the proprietor? Obvious, we will debit this drawing account. And how to reduce stock? To reduce stock, we generally use sales account, but we have not sold goods to proprietor. The proprietor is the owner. The proprietor can take out the stock for his own personal use, and in that case it should get reduced from the stock item at the goods cost price, at the cost price of the stock. And for that we use purchase ledger in the credit side. So let's start with tally and with this different types of stock entries, stock adjustment entry. See, this is our company, Measures Royal Cosmetics Limited. We deals in, this is our stock summary. We deals in hair oil, sanitizer and shampoo. In hair oil, we have Pantene, Parachute hair oil. Sanitizer, we have Dettol. They are 100 bottles we have in our stock. Shampoo, we have Sunsilk shampoo, 100 bottles in our stock. Now, the first example is goods withdrawn by the proprietor. Let's assume that we have Parachute hair oil 100 bottles in our stock, and the proprietor takes away 20 bottles for his personal use. So in that case, what will be our entry? We have to use drawing account debit to purchase account. So 20 bottles at the rate of its cost price, or at the whatever the opening stock we have, the rate of the opening stock will get applied. So as this is a journal entry, we should open a journal voucher. How to open journal voucher? Press F7 from your keyboard or select journal voucher from the button which is available on the right hand side. So this is journal voucher. Suppose the proprietor taken away the stock on 1st of May. So I'm entering 1st May 2022. Now entry has debit part as a drawing ledger. So I will create drawing ledger. I don't have that ledger. So I will create the ledger. How to create? Press Alt C from the keyboard. So drawings account will be the ledger which we need to create, and it will be always in the capital account. So drawings account is a type of capital account, and inventories to be affected, no. Give the details available for this ledger, and then how much stock. See, the goods, that stock that is purchased, no, sorry, we have the hair oil bottle at the rate of 180 per bottle. So let's calculate the amount of drawings. How to calculate? Open calculator by pressing Alt N. The rate per bottle is 180 multiplied by 20 bottles. The amount comes 3600. How to find out the rate? As we are in the entry part, we don't want to get out of this entry, and at the same time we would like to check the rate of the stock. How to do? Press go to, and here type stock summary. It will open the report stock summary. The stock summary is in front of us. Select the stock item that the rate of which we need to find out. So parachute hair oil, the rate is 180. So in this way we can check the report. Press escape key, and now we are in the entry part. So the total amount of drawing will be 3600. So I'm entering 3600 to purchase ledger. We don't have that ledger. I will create the same Alt C, by using Alt C, purchase account. Purchase account is under purchase group, purchase account. Inventories values will get affected, yes. Rest of the things will be as it is. Press Ctrl A to save, and then after selecting the purchase ledger, it opens the second window where we need to give allocation of the inventory. So press spacebar for the list. So that we have that proprietor taken away hair oil 20 bottles. So select the stock item from which go down. We have 100 bottles at MG Road, go down, quantity 20. The rate will automatically appear over here. So in this way we can enter the goods, those gets withdrawn by the proprietor. So enter, give the narration, being goods withdrawn by the proprietor, enter. So this is how we can enter the transaction which needs special adjustment entry for the stock by using purchase ledger. So if the goods withdrawn by the proprietor, the entry will be drawing account debit to purchase account. After entering this transaction, just check the report. Go to stock summary, enter hair oil. We have now 80 bottles in our stock, as we had 20 bottles, 100 bottles, and 20 bottles were taken out by the proprietor. Now 80 bottles are there in the stock, and in the main screen we will find the rate also. The rate of the per bottle is 180 rupees. So this is how we can enter special transaction for goods withdrawn by the proprietor. This is one type of transaction that needs special adjustment entry in a separate way. The next one, goods distributed as free sample. So free sample means advertisement. If the goods get distributed for advertisement purpose, In that case, it's not a revenue for us. We will not collect a money from the receiver or from the lead. So in that case, it's not a sales. We are not making money from it, but the stock gets reduced, right? So for this also, we need to use spatial ledger known as a purchase account for this type of spatial entry. If money spent on advertisement, generally we pass advertisement expense account debit to cash or bank. So, but instead of money, the goods is distributed as free sample. And in that case, entry will be advertisement expense account debit to purchase account. So how to enter this transaction? Let's start entering in Tally. Suppose we have Dettol hand sanitizer, 100 bottles in our stock at the rate of 150, and out of which 30 bottles we have distributed as free sample. So to enter the special transaction, open voucher, open journal voucher. We will use journal ledger and the date, suppose it was distributed on 1st of June. Which ledger we will use? We use those products for advertisement purpose. So we will create one more ledger, Alt C, press Alt C, advertisement account, advertisement expense account. It is indirect expense. Inventory values are affected. No. Method of appropriation in purchase invoice is not applicable. We will keep others thing as it is and press Ctrl A for saving. So the rate per bottle of hand sanitizer was 150. As just we have checked the rate also. So suppose 30 bottles were distributed as free sample. To calculation, we open calculator by pressing Ctrl plus N. So 30 bottles into 150, the amount comes as 4,500. Just put your cursor on that amount, press Ctrl C, so that amount will get copied. Now again press Ctrl N to close this calculator and just press Ctrl V for pasting that amount that we have already calculated. So debit will go to advertisement expense account and credit will go to purchase ledger. So enter credit purchase ledger. Here we have to give allocation for the stock which is distributed as free sample. So press space bar for the list. Dettol hand sanitizer, go down. From which go down we have distributed? From MG road go down. How many quantities, how much goods we have distributed? 30 quantities at the rate of 150. Enter, enter. So this is how the entry, special entry for advertisement can be passed through purchase ledger. Give narration and press Ctrl A. Again go to stock summary to check the report. Sanitizer, hand sanitizer. Enter the transaction. To check the transaction, just press enter, enter, enter till you arrive at the transaction. So this is how, if the goods are distributed as free sample, we use purchase ledger to credit side to reduce the stock to the extent of amount spent for advertisement. That is the goods, the cost of goods which used for advertisement purpose can be adjusted through purchase ledger. Same way, there is one more example where we need special type of stock adjustment entry through purchase ledger, again with the ledger purchase ledger. Goods destroyed by fire or accident. If the goods get destroyed, due to natural calamities like accident, fire, earthquake. So all these are the different types of natural calamities which may occur, may not occur. But if they occurs and the stock get destroyed, in that case, it is very important to reduce the stock to the certain extent by passing the entry loss. Special loss is abnormal loss account debit to purchase ledger. So the example based on our question is, suppose we have 100 bottles of Sunsilk shampoo in our stock. Rate is 280 rupees, and 25 bottles were destroyed due to fire that took place in our godown, or the 25 bottles we can say destroyed due to accident. So any reason for the loss that appeared or the loss that we need to bear can be adjusted by using abnormal loss account debit to purchase account. So suppose 25 bottles destroyed due to natural calamity of fire. So rate was 280 rupees per bottle and 25 bottles were destroyed. This is our example. So ledger, you have to open the voucher, journal voucher, and suppose it was destroyed on 1st of July. So debit will go to abnormal loss. We don't have that ledger. We will create by pressing Alt C, abnormal loss account. It is again loss, or it will arrive, or it will appear in profit and loss debit side. So profit and loss debit side has all the indirect expenses. So abnormal loss we can group under indirect expense, and rest of the thing as it is. Press Ctrl A and save this ledger. So again open the calculator by pressing Ctrl N. Suppose 25 bottles were destroyed at the rate of 280 per bottle. So the total loss is 7,000 rupees. Again press Ctrl A, Ctrl N to close that calculator. So abnormal loss account debit 7,000 to purchase ledger. So purchase ledger, select the item which is destroyed. So it is Sunsilk shampoo. From which go down? From MG go down. How many bottles? 25 bottles at the rate of 280 per bottle. Total amounting rupees 7,000. Being goods destroyed by fire or any natural calamity. So this is how we can enter the transaction for the abnormal loss which is faced due to natural calamities. So press enter to accept. Go to stock summary. Check the report whether how many stock we have in our godown. So we have 75 bottles. These are the stock summary report. Just go through the profit and loss account also. If this is in vertical form, I will change it to horizontal form. See, we had opening stock of rupees 61,000. Indirect expenses, that is loss, advertisement expenses are debited, and to the credit part of the profit and loss account, generally we use sales ledger, but we have purchase account credited. So the goods, the stock of rupees amounting to rupees 61,000 get reduced to 45,900. We have this closing stock 45,900. The difference amount is adjusted through purchase ledger. The difference of stock items are adjusted using purchase ledger. So purchase ledger is credited over here, and to the extent of the goods used as a free sample, destroyed by fire, or taken by the proprietor are adjusted through this purchase ledger. So each and every month we have different entries. used to adjust the stock for special purposes. So stock summary. Just now we have seen the stock summary. Just open the stock summary report and check the report. Through profit and loss also we can check the report whether we have used sales account or not. So we don't have any sales, so there is no, what we can say, there is no income part generated in these transactions. Or we can check stock reports by through the gateway of Tally, display more reports, inventory books. So open that particular report, go to display more report, inventory books, and here we can check the stock item wise report, go down wise report, stock group summary wise report, or stock category wise report, or if we have transferred goods from one go down to other go down, that can be checked, or physical stock register can be checked through this inventory books. Suppose I would like to check the inventory of parachute hair oil. So it shows there is no inward but outward is there. So 20 bottles were adjusted for drawings account. So goods were taken by the proprietor. And now we have only 80 bottles in our stock. Like this, we can check the stock reports through inventory books. Again, other option is available. The other way is available. Gateway of Tally, display more reports, statement of inventory. So go to display more reports, statement of inventory. Here we can check the inventory summary or inventory reports in different ways. We can have a stock query. Suppose this is one of the stock that we have. Here we can check the general information regarding the stock, that is name of the stock, in which group it is grouped, clothing, balance, how many bottles or how much quantity we have that particular stock in our godown. The cost price means the cost of goods purchased. This is the cost price. And costing method we use is average cost method. Standard cost is 150 again. If you have given any information regarding part number, notes, everything will get displayed over here. As we have not created any category, it is not showing closing value, the amount or the value of the stock using average price method, and standard selling price will be 150. As we have not entered any sales transaction, we don't have a new updated selling price. And then we have four windows, where in the first window we will check the purchase part of the that particular whatever the stock we have say opened. The sales entries can be checked over here. Go down details or batch details can be checked in the third part. And if we have the stock of other goods having the same category, we can have the details in the fourth window. So this is stock query. Movement analysis, if the stock is moved from one go down to other go down, we can check the same. Aging analysis, here we can check the age of the stock. Suppose we have this parachute hair oil, we have 80 bottles in our stock, but from last 90 to 180 days we have this stock in our go down. As on 1st of July, this statement is generated for or as on 1st of July. So we had 100 bottles in our stock as an opening stock. So from 1st of April to 1st of July, it comes between 90 to 180 days. So that's why it is showing in this column. So it is aging analysis can be checked for the stock also. Cost estimation, you can check the cost estimation for the products that we have. As we don't have any purchase or sales transaction, it is not showing anything, or it is empty over here. So this is how we can check the stock summary or check inventory reports in different ways. So in this class, we learned the stock adjustment entries. Those need to be entered separately by using purchase ledger. For goods withdrawn by the proprietor, goods distributed as free sample, and goods destroyed by fire or any natural calamities, we use purchase ledger in the credit side to adjust the stock that gets reduced. So this is how the special or separate adjustment entries can be done for stock adjustment. So go through this session and practice the stock adjustment entries. So thank you for the day. Thank you.